Hey everybody, I'm Doug Bell and this is the Hot Rod Show. Check this out. That's an Italian hot rod, ladies and gentlemen. An Italian hot rod. Woohoo! Come on, let's see what cool cars we're going to be showing on the show today. And welcome to Ken's Shed, and here we are with our audience, ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo! We managed to drag some people down again to be on the show, but what are you doing in there, Braden?
Well, Doug, I jumped in to have a look at our guest Peter here's Model A, and I'm struggling to get out.
Well,
So
you better get out, you make a good car look bad.
might have to just eliminate.
Peter, this is pretty cool. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well,
Hey, Peter.
while we're having a look at Peter's car, we're going to get everyone else to clean their hands because we always start with clean hands from CRC. Peter.
Woo up there, Peter.
Yeah, Peter gets a little excited at times. There you go, Dennis's mum. How'd you like to have that? Now, while everyone's cleaning their hands with our CRC product, we're going to introduce you to Peter and his beautiful Model A Touring. Peter, tell us a little bit about your car, please. Where you come from, how long you've had your car, and then we'll sort of start to get into a little bit more about what it is.
I originally bought the parts for this in 1968.
Yeah.
An American deep freeze serviceman who was operating out of Christchurch.
Okay.
And I've actually had it longer than I've been married, and I've been married 46 years.
Woo! 46 years. That's doing pretty good.
It's been on the road since 1970.
1970. Wow.
77.
Could you lift the bonnet up or the hood up?
So what are you running, Peter?
350 Chev with a Turbo 400.
Wow, that's pretty compact in there, isn't it? You'd pretty much need Vaseline to get that in and out, wouldn't you?
The same as you do to get them behind the
Behind
steering
your
wheel.
Where do you put it, on your hips?
Yeah.
I was talking to you before, Peter, about your paint job, and you were saying it was 18 years old.
Yeah, it's around about that. Yeah. It was,
18-year-old paint job.
It was originally red
Thinking
and
to be
black when I
about 6
first
months
built
old.
it.
Yeah.
I see your wipers, although the wiper arms aren't on there, but that's definitely an aftermarket product.
Yeah, they're off a 1963 Rambler.
Rambler.
I think. Yeah.
Wow. Just kept looking around here. Beautiful radiator emblem in it. Eh? What is that off? What's the original car?
It's a Quail. It was originally an optional extra for deluxe Model A's, and that's
Deluxe
in the
Model A's, is
1930s.
it?
Yeah.
Wow, so it actually is a Model A aftermarket
Yes,
item.
yes.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And you'll notice like the independent front suspension. So this is is that Volkswagen?
No,
type front?
it's an anti-sway bar, which I made up myself.
Oh, righty.
The rest of the suspension's a Austin Westminster 110.
Yeah, wow. I see you're a member of the East Bay Hot Rods, or East Bay Rod Club up here in Auckland.
Yes, yes.
Well, this is very much a traditional hot rod. They call them tubs.
They do.
So do you have a name for your one?
No, it's
You don't?
just the old girl.
The old girl. Well, like that roof and like the colour of the roof and the stance, it's pretty gangsterish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a stock body.
Yeah.
So
If you watch The Untouchables, then you see this car. It's almost like straight out of the movie.
yes, yes.
Wow. Shall I have a look inside? Wow, that's pretty nice. You could sit and look at that dashboard for a long way down the road. Good sounds.
Sorry.
Do you have good sound?
Oh yes, yeah. It gets a bit cold in the back.
It gets a bit cold in the back.
Yeah.
Because the roofs are only supposed to be on when it snows, though, as the story goes.
People
Wow.
ask you what happens when it rains, and the
Yeah.
answer is you get wet.
Been like long trips on it. What's the furthest trip you've taken?
It's been to Christchurch 3 times, I
Yeah.
think. Whangarei.
No problems?
No.
Yeah.
All around
Wow.
North Island.
I'll just jump in and see how.
See if you fit.
See if
Got
I
some
fit.
Vaseline.
Turn it round.
That way. I don't have the. Well, that's tight. There'll be no monkey business in a
It's
car
okay
like
for
this.
me.
Eh?
It's okay for
you.
me.
Yeah, well, I guess I could fit. I'd be happy. It's a bit like the sea cab. It's,
Yes.
it's I like the side splatter guards. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Can we chuck your bonnet down, Peter, and give her a start her up and
Yeah,
give her
sure.
a roar, eh? If I can.
That's just a purr. That's beautiful. Give it a rev. That's nice. That's good. So how does it go up a hill passing trucks?
Oh, fairly easily.
Yeah. And do you like doing it?
On passing lanes.
Yeah.
The vision out of the vehicle backwards is fairly restricted, so
Yeah.
you're very careful when you pull out to pass
Yeah.
anyone because you only got little.
Yeah.
But you're going to get a lot of eyeballs at you, aren't you, wherever you go?
Oh yes, yeah.
And like your wheels, what kind of wheels have you got on this?
They're just aftermarket smoothie wheels.
Smoothies, yeah. Okay, Peter, we might as well jump out of the car now and we'll talk to you a bit more about the outsides of the car.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history, Peter? We've seen a few old Rod Run stickers on your windscreen there. And
There's a few there. The one in the top corner there was a club that belonged to New Plymouth, where I actually finished the car off and got it on the road, and that was from 1978.
1978.
Oh, yeah.
Scenic City Hot Rod Club.
85. You've been to many Wakatani?
No, I haven't.
No? Oh, well.
oh, you're missing out.
There's always a chance. Man, and like you say that the paint, how old did you say the paint job was again?
18 years. But
18
it's just
years.
about run its dash now.
Man, it's had some good care. You use many Mother's products on it?
Yes, yep.
You do use Mother's
Yeah,
products
that,
on it?
Yeah, no, it
Is
keeps
there anything
good
on the
and
stand there that you use?
shiny. The what's the top red one?
Well, we'll have to give you a bottle of that when you go.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
And send a couple more in the post. Okay, Peter. Well, thank you so much for bringing your Model A on the show, man. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure,
It's just a stunner. You see these on the road all the time, and they just look beautiful. Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you.
Get a round of applause for
Yeah.
Peter.
Woohoo! Here we are, the Hot Rod Show in Blenheim, and we're at Big Shed Customs with Mark. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Yeah, real good, Doug. Good,
Yeah,
mate,
well,
good,
I've got to
mate,
shake your hand because this is
Yeah,
TV.
mate. Yeah, that's it.
Well, anyway, this is a great place to be in Blenheim. The beautiful sunshine, everybody. And, well, you know, what more can I say? We're in Blenheim. We're in the mainland, finally.
the mainland.
The
That's it,
mainland.
mate.
You never hear the North Island being referred to as the mainland. It's always the South Island.
Well, it has to be, mate.
it has
is
to
the
be.
mainland.
It is. Anyway, let's go and have a look at some of these cars.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
We're looking at this beautiful car of yours, and
Yep.
you tell us a little bit about it, because you really haven't decided what it's going to be yet, and what year it's going to be.
That's right. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. I sort of made the rear quarter paddles based on like a 37, 38-ish type thing. And that's probably where it's stopped, really. The rear guards, I'm just sort of got an idea in my head and making them. The roof, it's a convertible, retractable roof. So yeah, it comes down to what I do in the front, and I've got a few ideas bouncing
Yeah.
between the ears, but I'm just not sure which way to go yet.
It's going to be interesting to see,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
After looking at some of the things you're doing here,
Yeah.
it's going to be a surprise.
It will
But-
actually.
But what's really surprising about this though, is the size of the door.
Well-
and tell us what that's.
I've always had this car in my head for years, how I wanted to do it, and I really wanted the whole side to open out on it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a four-seater. So, hey, why not do something different? Why not just make one large door, open the whole side of the car out, suicide door it, just awesome, eh?
It's-
Absolutely. And be different.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah.
Like when they introduced the third door in some cars,
Yeah.
but this is
Yeah.
a whole different thing, man. But one thing I must add is that Mark has built this whole car. He hasn't like started off with bits and pieces from other cars and that. All these panels, they're all hand done, aren't
They're
they?
all handmade, yeah.
Yeah. This is just that's just something a little different. Everything, the firewall, everything is all hand done.
Yeah, So we'll put an aluminium door skin on it. This was just a skin I wheeled up one morning so I can get a shape of where I need to be.
Right.
So that when I do the finished article, the finished skin, I've got a bit of a template.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's going to be.
Because you're going to do the big door on both sides,
big
right?
door on both sides. Yeah,
Yeah.
mate, yeah.
You'll be able to catch a lot of whitebait.
And catch a lot of wind if someone opens one, eh?
Well, there's a big scoops, man.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool, you know.
That's
And,
gonna.
So it's a retractable hood off a late model car.
Yeah.
So the back of the roof comes up, the base inside comes up, and everything folds down.
Falls
into the
down
boot.
away.
Yeah.
And do you have an idea of what year it may be done?
Gee, I would really have loved it done this year,
Yeah.
but we've just been too busy and haven't been able to do it. So
It's you've got a V10 Ford in here.
yeah, we have, 6.8 litre F250 V10 Ford. My brother lives in the States, and one of the guys wrecked one of their trucks, so this was the motor, and he rang me up one day and asked me if I wanted it. I said yeah, so he boxed it up and sent it over to me. I was going to put a LS3 type engine in it,
Yeah.
but hey, this is cool.
Yeah, the
know?
old V10 they sound a little bit different from everything else. They've got a little
they
bit more
do.
torque.
Yeah. So the whole car is going to be different. So
Yeah.
we want to be different with the engine as
Bizarre,
well. You know?
man. I'm looking forward to seeing what front end you put on this, man, because like with what your handiwork gets turned to, it's going to be interesting. Mark, we're here with these two beautiful Mustangs now.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about them? I know we've got a Cobra here and we've got a Boss over here.
Well, we've got it's actually the Shelby.
A Shelby Cobra.
GT500. Yeah. This car's it's got a bit of a cool story to it,
Yeah.
really. It was a Playboy courtesy car at Lake Geneva,
Okay.
States, 1968.
Yeah.
And then Don Adams, Maxwell Smart, drove it on his Get Smart
He
TV
did?
show. He did a few episodes in it. Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to look for those.
Yeah. And you know, the thing that's really cool about this car is that it's been all around the world, and
Yeah.
it comes here and we get to work on it.
You get
know?
to work on it. What have you done to it actually?
Well, we had it stripped right back to nothing.
Yeah.
Engine out, transmission diff
Yeah.
out, everything was off it. Stripped right back to the steel, every nut and bolt was out, the engine's been all reconditioned, transmission diff, everything's been 100% reconditioned and then put back together.
Wow.
Yeah. The original wheels back onto it, and
Yeah.
everything 100% back how it should have been and was in 1968.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's funny. Now the Boss 302.
The Boss 302.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is another really cool car. This is a local car. It's been in town for a while now. So we stripped right back to steel and engine out, repainted all the engine bay, had the seats retrimmed and repainted it, brought it back to how it should be looking. Yeah, pretty awesome.
She's
and
beautiful.
It's pretty cool that today is the day of the Mustang.
It's Mustang Day.
Mustang Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, 60 years?
50 years.
50 years,
50
sorry,
years
yeah.
today. Yeah, the day of the
Wow.
Mustang. Yeah.
How about that? 50 years on a Mustang and we're recording it today. It's
Yeah.
almost as old as you and I.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here at the Store Pro workbench with Dennis from Swisstrix. Hey Dennis. You might have seen Dennis before in his beautiful Lamborghini. We're just going to go through some CRC products and see what Dennis would like to take home with him. What about Mass Pro Airflow? We've got what everyone has and everyone uses, 556.
I don't know any garage that doesn't have that product.
Any preferences?
Well,
Dennis
we
is-
use the 556 commonly. We use the brake clean products. There's a lot of the products we do use, but the one we've been blown away by here that we found here at the show is the hand cleaner towels, which we'd never seen before.
Beautiful
And
product,
they
beautiful
are
product.
absolutely amazing for work in field or in the garage to wipe off the grime before you go inside.
Keep your employees clean.
So we've already made a commitment to be supplying that to our staff for our workshops.
Well, Dennis, here you go. Here's your first tub. I hope
Thank
that
you.
keeps you and your employees nice and clean,
It
eh?
certainly will.
Thanks, Dennis.
Okay, Mark, well, we're standing here beside something that a lot of people are not going to recognise very easily, but this is
1922 Cadillac.
it's beautiful.
Oh, it's something else. Eh?
When we got on the yard here today, the first thing I saw was this Cadillac, and
Yep.
we all know that Rolls-Royce is a poor man's Cadillac, and this
Yep.
here is the real thing.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about it before we start looking inside.
Well, I don't know too much on the history of the car, but we got it when we got it here. It was still in its original paint,
Yes, which was
dark navy blue.
okay.
Yeah, and black, and it still had all its original interior in place. So it was still an original car. It was all patinaed and so on. But it had been sanded. Someone had started sanding it down. So, you know, the owner decided he was going to
Carry it on.
carry it on. Yep. So once again, we've stripped all the paint off it, right back to nothing, and gone at it, attacked it.
This is a serious car.
Oh,
You
it
know,
is.
Like for everything. I'm just standing here looking, like the little side light lenses.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
There's just so much detail in this car.
That's right. Everything's detailed.
Let's have a look inside. This thing is just.
Have a look
It's
in the
just
back.
absolute. Look at that wood.
Yeah, it's all timber, and it's all nice timber, leather, and suede hood lining. Just smell it, you know. Just
This is a king and
awesome.
queen's car.
Yeah, it is that.
It's a movie star car.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just. I mean, like the amount of chrome even.
yeah, the amount of chrome, you know.
It's left-hand drive. You've done all the work to it.
Yep.
And so, tell us about some of the things you say. It's got 6-volt and 12-volt.
Well, originally the car is a 6-volt system.
Yes.
So the starter is a starter generator. It's a 6-volt
Okay.
setup, so we can't change that.
Yeah.
So just put a few creature comforts in there, you know. So we mounted an alternator that runs off the drive shaft.
Right.
So it's got its own separate 12-volt system as well.
Yes.
So we've fitted a stereo into it, and you can run the GPS off it. And we've got LED lights all through it. All the interior lights are LED, and the driving lights, etc.
Central locking.
Central locking
A
as well.
central locking Cadillac.
Yeah, we put central locking in it as well, just to make things easier.
Yeah.
You know, just make it easier for now instead of
it's-
trying to fumble with the key. You know.
She's just beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Can we look under the hood? I know you said it isn't all polished and shiny under here, but it's just going to be good to show people that
Yeah.
this is a V8.
This is a V8. Yeah,
And
1922.
V8s didn't start with Henry Ford.
No,
They
that's
started
right.
with Cadillac.
Yeah, back in about 1916, I think it was.
Yeah, 1916 was the first
Yeah.
Cadillac V8.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's an interesting motor.
I think it's 313 cubic inch. So it's a fairly big old thing.
Like unlike a flathead V8 that has exhaust coming out that side,
Yeah.
the inlet and outlet is all up on the top.
That's right. Yeah, and it's got the exhaust gases go over the top to warm the petrol. I
Right.
guess, on the cold weather. Yeah.
And the light there, I can hold this
Yep.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, the inspection light.
This is an inspection light.
Comes out, and it's on a lead, so you can take it to wherever it is you need to.
Yeah.
Around the car, which is pretty cool.
What is the length of the lead? Do you know?
I think it's about 3.5 meters.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big snake.
It is, eh? Yeah.
That is a serious engine. So about 3.5 litres.
The 313 cubic inch.
313 cubic inch.
Yeah. So
That'll pull a few stumps out.
I'd reckon it would, eh?
There's a lot of torque there.
A lot of torque, yeah, it's all torque.
I told you about
yeah,
torque
a bit like
before.
us, eh?
All talk and no do.
Yeah.
I think you're a lot of do though, man. From what I've seen here, you're a serious amount of do.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Not do, but do.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
This is just absolutely beautiful. Like the radiator and the headlights on this thing.
It's just, everything about it just oozes style.
It does, doesn't it?
It's just
It's style, you know.
Yeah.
It's attention to detail and
Yeah, absolutely.
It's magnificent.
Eh? You know, big 23-inch wheels.
Yeah.
They're massive big things, eh?
What are you saying, about $600 a piece?
Yeah, something like that, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like coming down to the South Island has been so worth it to see this. I didn't expect to see something, you know, as grand.
Yeah,
as
right,
this.
eh?
It's a grand car, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's not far off the horseless carriage, is it? You know, like with the door handles there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not a lot of aerodynamics.
No, none. You know, and the big high sides to it, and the big glass. You know,
Yeah.
just like the old horses
Yeah.
carriage, I guess. Eh?
The steering wheel, we've got to have just one glance at that because it ain't not a round steering
No,
wheel.
it's not, eh?
It's a beautiful wooden. How many angles is that?
Oh, do you have
10 or 12 angles?
Yeah, probably.
What
I
would you
suppose.
call that? Not an octagon.
A lot.
A lot of angles.
Yeah.
The stop and turn lights
Yes.
on the back. You know.
Yeah.
What are those original? Do you know?
It only had one, so we
Yeah.
had another one made.
Okay, yeah.
We had Phil Huddy in Christchurch Metal Spinners.
Okay.
Spin up another
Which
housing.
metal spinners?
Christchurch Metal Spinners.
Christchurch. Well, there you go, ladies and Christchurch.
Phil Huddy Metal Spinning. Sorry.
Phil Huddy metal spinning in
Phil
Christchurch.
Huddy Metal Spinning. Yeah.
You go see Phil. Tell him you heard him mention on the Hot Rod
Yeah.
Show, and Mark here is giving him the reference.
Yeah, that's Phil Huddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case you didn't see.
And Mark, we just can't go past this little toy. Can you tell us just a little bit about it?
Okay. I made this for my daughter Georgia.
Yeah.
So I actually made her a little 32 type thing first, and that was 12 volt.
Is that the
powered.
one inside?
The little purple one inside,
Yeah.
yeah. And she got a bit too big for it, so I thought I'll make her something more, something
Yeah.
bigger. So we were thumbing through a hot rod magazine, and we seen this cool picture of this 40 classic convertible type thing, you know, a 40 Deluxe. And I thought, hey, that is awesome. And she loved the picture, so I said, hey, I'll make one.
Yeah.
So started making it, you know. And it took me a couple of years because there's 600 odd hours gone into this.
There's a lot of time, like when you look at the front and how it's all done, it's a
Yeah.
real 40 Ford.
Yeah, it is.
You
Yeah,
know?
so I've made up a full chassis for it. It's got independent front suspension in it. I narrowed.
What's the suspension of?
I
Made it.
made it. Yeah,
Improvised.
I scaled a picture of a Heights front end out of a
Okay.
magazine, and so I made it to scale to fit the car. So
A V twin.
yeah, it's a 16 horse Briggs and Stratton V twin. So it's about 900 odd cc's or
A
something.
little get up and go there.
It goes all right. We've got a hydrostatic transmission in the back, so it's got forward and reverse on it. And it's, as you can see, it's had a fair old beating, you
Yeah.
know. All the kids from around the block and across the road and that who used to come in and get on it and in it and up
Well,
and
they'd
down
have
the
to,
road.
wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely right,
Yeah.
eh? Yeah.
Even got a Mexican steering wheel.
Yeah, Mexican steering wheel. I bought that at a swap meet in Pomona.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't go past it, eh?
Not many people haven't been to a swap meet in Pomona.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And brought something home.
you
eh?
got to bring something home,
Yeah.
even if it's a cold.
That's it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we're here again with Dennis from Swiss Tracks Flooring. Dennis, thank you for being here once again. And we've got this beautiful Lamborghini Super Leggera. Now, a lot of you have seen Lamborghinis on TV and very few of you would have seen them on the roads, but here we've got one right on our TV set. Dennis, why do you have a Lamborghini?
I ask myself that sometimes. As I grew up,
And you give yourself the same answer every time?
yeah, I think so. As I grew up, I always loved the Lamborghini Countach. Always wanted one, dreamed
Yeah.
about getting one. And as I've worked harder,
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to pick this car up. It's one of only two in the country. It's the Superleggera Edizione Tecnica.
Say that once again.
Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggero Edizione Tecnica.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've had enough of that one. I can't repeat it. So,
Time's up.
well, what about your mother, Dennis? Can you repeat that? No. And you said you wouldn't give him sixpence for the car either, would you? No.
So what drew you to this specific model, Dennis?
I like cars that are a little bit different. There's run-of-the-mill cars, even in supercars, there's run-of-the-mill cars. This is a special edition one. And it's just got a few extras on it that.
So how long has it been parked in your shed for?
It spends most of its time parked in the shed. It's actually going to be used as a bit of a show car when we do our flooring exhibitions and that sort of thing.
So Dennis, is Lamborghini, if I'm right, V10,
V10, yep,
What are we-
5.2 litre V10.
what are we to 100?
0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds.
That's quick, isn't it, Douglas?
That's very quick, Braden. 3.4.
It's just
Wow.
quick enough, yeah.
And like 0 to 60 and then stopping? Never had to
I haven't
stop.
tried that yet.
Never had to stop.
So how do we get in and have a look at the
Yeah, this is
engine
terrific.
head?
I'll just open the microwave for you.
Microwave.
It's all carbon fibre with plexiglass window.
That's got a nice smell. So, the air intake, that's the
Yep,
big air filter thing.
yep.
Wow. Oleo, is that oil?
I've yet to find a service station that sells oleo.
Oleo. Wow. Did you know, what's that thing?
Well, there used to be a day when I used to do all the work on my cars myself. I
Yeah,
must
now-
admit I'm so busy with business that I tend to let the specialists do it, and particularly with this. Guys at Independent Prestige that called me up when it was available,
Yeah.
they offer all the support on it. So,
Independent Prestige, they're on the North Shore?
no, they're over in the city, part of the Giltrap Group.
Oh, Giltrap.
Yep.
Okay.
My business has a fleet of vehicles from there, and,
Yes.
and Independent's part of them.
Wow.
They knew I was interested in something a bit different, so when this became available, they contacted me.
And so how long have you had it, once again?
Got it in January
January of this year.
this year, so not long.
Well, your mum reminded me just before that. She said, before she wouldn't give you sixpence for it. Now she said she'd like to have it in her shed.
Yeah, I drove her out here in it today, and she said
Yeah.
she was surprised at how nice it is.
Yeah. Did she tell you to slow down at all?
Yes.
She did. Well, she's a good mother. That's what all mothers are supposed to do.
So there's got to be something special about the wheels and.
Yeah, I believe they're a forged alloy wheel as opposed to the standard alloys. So they're a super strong, super lightweight alloy wheel.
So you wouldn't have a spare tyre in here anywhere?
Nope, no. There's a kit
Weight
for
reduction.
pumping it back up
Oh,
in
wow.
the event of a problem. But it's all ceramic brakes and all the good gear.
Okay, Dennis, well, I tell you what, when I saw you pull up in this thing, one thing that really took me was all the buttons. I like buttons. Can we have a look inside just
Feel free.
to see?
Yep.
Do you know what they all are?
No.
You don't? Wow. That's not for big people to hop in. You wouldn't want to take a big girl out on a date on a car like this. Or go out with a big guy. Wow, look at all these. This is pretty, I've never sat in a Lamborghini before.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a bit like an aircraft with some of the
It
controls
is.
on it, but
Like the view that you get to look at is literally that big.
yep. It's all you need.
It is all you need. And the paddle. So did it take a while to get used to the paddle steering?
Yes,
of the
yes, it
paddle,
does.
Gear changing?
Yeah,
And,
it does. You've got different modes you can drive it in. You can actually run it in automatic, but it's not the nicest way to
it's-
drive it.
No.
So I not drive it in normal, but then you can go to sport, or if you really want to get carried away, you can go to Corsa.
Corsa. Okay.
That's full race.
Wow. There's a lot of this carbon fibre in it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's. I've heard people making comments of with the value of the car. Couldn't they put proper door handles on?
Yeah. Wow. It's
It's all done for lightweight.
It's just weight in it. It's just racing.
Yep.
And these, man, that looks pretty special.
Yep.
What's it? It's a reversing camera.
Yeah.
Wow. Ah, look who's behind us. Look at him. Hi, Braden.
There's all sorts of hazards on the road.
Yeah, and behind you. Wow, this is, man, I could go for a long ride in this thing. You'd be like, it's not a full harness.
No,
just regular
standard
lap and
seatbelts,
shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm sure if you wanted to put it on the track, you'd have to fit them, but
yeah,
it's designed for fun on the road.
yeah, it certainly is. How's that, people? Oh well, I guess I better not stay in it too long. Wow, that is that's something else. Boy, it's little. That's a nice sound, isn't it? One more time. Got to hear the clunk.
See me at the back there, Doug?
Yeah, I saw you in the back. I saw you skulking around the back of the Lambo.
Well, thanks for coming, Dennis, and showing us your car. And
My pleasure.
can you give Dennis a round of applause?
Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're finishing off another episode of the Hot Rod Show. We've got this Lamborghini here that is just kind of swish, and we've got this Model A tub here that is even swisher. So here's something I wanted to do for a long time. Gentlemen, start your engines. Bye, Dennis. Thanks for coming. Okay, Peter. Peter, see ya. Bye-bye. Take care. Woohoo! This episode of The Hot Rod Show is dedicated to Tina Wilson.